Adam Kane was not a fighter. He was a quiet man, a repair worker on Luna Station, Earth's moon base. He fixed broken pipes, cleaned dust vents, and replaced wires on old machines. People liked him because he never caused trouble. He always smiled. He always helped, and he had one rule since childhood. He never hit women. Even when someone insulted him, even when a woman once slapped him in a bar fight, he didn't raise his hand. His mother taught him respect. He lived by it. But that was before the trial ship came. One morning, while Adam was fixing an oxygen valve near Sector 3, the lights flickered. Then the air turned quiet. Outside the dome, a strange shape floated above the moon. It was a giant ring, bigger than any ship humans had ever seen. Black and silver, spinning slowly. It looked like a broken wheel with no center dot, then a deep voice filled every speaker. Your world has been chosen. You will fight in the trials. Win. And Earth survives. Lose. And Earth becomes ours. People screamed. Some thought it was a joke. Others tried to contact Earth, but there was no signal. All screens now showed one thing: a countdown. 7 days. Everyone on Luna Station was ordered to stay calm. Earth leaders would choose champions. The military would respond. Adam stayed quiet. He didn't worry. He was just a repairman. On the 6th night, he was walking back to his room. He carried a small box of tools and whistled softly. Suddenly, white light surrounded him. It felt like falling, but he didn't move. He closed his eyes. When he opened them, he was no longer on the station. He stood inside a tall black chamber. Smooth walls, a blue glow above. 10 other people stood there, to humans, confused and scared. Some in uniforms, some in worker clothes like his. Before anyone could speak, the same deep voice returned. Trial selection complete. 11 humans chosen at random. One will fight for Earth. No. Someone shouted. I didn't agree. This is a mistake. Another cried. But the voice ignored them. They were pulled into different rooms. One by one, each room had a test: strength, running, puzzle solving, balance. Adam tried his best. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the smartest. But he didn't quit. When his arms shook, he kept holding. When his legs burned, he kept walking. Finally, the tests ended. The deep voice returned again. Chosen, Adam Kane. Human, non-soldier, non-warrior. Final trial begins. Adam's mouth went dry. Why me? He whispered. But no one answered. In a blink, he was pulled into light again. Now he stood on a floating stone platform in the sky. There were no walls, only clouds and wind. Far above, a huge silver ring circled the sky. Round it were floating screens showing thousands of alien faces, watching. A shadow moved across from him. Then she stepped out. She was not human. She stood over 7 feet tall. Her skin was deep red like firewood. The horns curved back from her head. Her eyes glowed gold. She wore silver armor that moved like cloth. Her arms were thick with muscle. But her face was calm, not angry. Adam stared. He had never seen anything like her. Then the voice spoke again. First trial, strength. Survive 3 strikes from the challenger. Then return 1 strike. Deliver it with full power, or Earth is lost. Adam's hands began to shake. The alien woman stepped forward. I'm Raka, she said in a soft voice. I do not enjoy this, but it is the law of the trials. Adam looked at her. I don't hit women, he said. I can't. She paused. Then Earth will fall. I don't care. I won't do it. Raka bowed her head. Then forgive me. She moved like lightning. Her fist struck his chest. Adam flew backward and hit the stone. His back burned. He gasped for breath. His ribs hurt. Strike 1 complete. The voice said. Adam groaned. He tried to sit up. Please, he said. This is wrong. Raka moved again. Her kick hit his side. He rolled across the floor. His vision blurred. Pain screamed in his body. Strike to complete. He tasted blood in his mouth. His eyes closed for a second. He wanted to sleep. But then he remembered something. His mother. Her garden on Earth. Her smile. His brother's kid. only 5 years old. Who called him Uncle A? The little girl loved stars. What would happen to her if Earth was lost? Adam opened his eyes. He stood up, slowly. Every part of him hurt. But he stood. Raka stopped. "Why do you stand?" she asked. "Because I don't want Earth to die," he said. "And you gave me no choice?" She nodded once. Then she stepped back and lowered her hands. "Then strike." Adam looked at his hands. Then at her face. "I'm sorry," he said. He took a breath. Then he stepped forward, and he punched her with everything he had. Adam's fist hit Raka right in the center of her chest. He felt pain shoot through his knuckles and up his arm. It was like punching a wall made of stone. His whole body shook from the force. He had never hit anyone before, not in anger, not in sport, not even by mistake. But now, for Earth, he gave that one strike all he had. Raka's body moved backward a little. Her foot slid on the smooth stone floor. Her armor rattled. For a moment, there was silence. The clouds above paused. The floating screen showed blinking eyes. Then Raka stepped back and placed her hand over her chest. Her golden eyes looked at Adam with surprise. Not anger. Not pain. Respect. She nodded. He did not hold back. She said clearly, the deep voice. Return strength trial complete. Human Adam came past. Adam dropped to his knees. His hand throbbed. His side ached. His ribs felt broken. But he smiled just a little. He had done it, not to hurt, not to win, but to protect, to survive. Raka stepped forward and helped him stand. "You struck with courage," she said. "Few do. Fewer survive." Adam looked up at her. "I didn't want to, but I had to." "You did well," she replied. Then she turned and walked away through a glowing doorway. The floor beneath Adam lit up. A soft wind lifted him into the air. He floated upward through a beam of blue light and into another chamber high above the arena. This new place was quiet. The walls were smooth and silver. No screens, no voices, just silence. A soft robotic voice spoke now. "Rest zone. You have 1 hour. Next trial begins soon." A small platform rose from the floor. It held a bowl of food cubes, a drink pack, and a glowing gel for pain. Adam sat down slowly. He picked up the drink first. It tasted like lemon, but colder. The gel worked fast. His ribs still hurt, but he could breathe again. He thought of Earth. Were people watching this? Did his family know he had been chosen? Did they see the punch maybe? Or maybe they were praying, hoping, waiting. He couldn't stop now, after the hour passed. The voice returned. "Next trial. Mine." The room shifted. The walls melted into light. Adam now stood in a maze of mirrors. Each mirror showed a different version of him, some scared, some angry, some crying. Then a new voice filled the air. To protect others, one must know his own fear. Find the center. Face what you hide. Adam took a breath and walked. He passed mirrors that showed his childhood. One showed his father leaving. Another showed his mother working late. He saw himself as a boy, hiding in a closet during a thunderstorm. Each step took him deeper. Then he saw the face of a young woman. She looked like someone he once knew. Her name was Minna. She was strong and smart. They had trained together on Luna years ago. She had died during an accident. A pipe had burst. He had tried to save her, but failed. Now she stood in the mirror, staring at him. "You left me." The mirror Minna said. Adam shook his head. "I tried. I really did. But you failed." He touched the glass. "Yes, I failed. But I didn't run. I didn't forget you." The mirror shattered. Behind it was a door made of light. He walked through. Mind trial complete. The voice returned, calm as always. Adam now stood on a narrow bridge in the sky. Wind rushed all around him. Below was nothing but darkness. Another figure waited at the far end. This time, it was not Raka. It was a creature with a long head, glowing eyes, and no mouth. Its arms were long, ending in sharp fingers. It floated slightly above the ground. Third trial, speed. A flash of red light fired from the creature's hand. Adam barely ducked in time. He ran forward. The bridge shook. The wind pulled at his clothes. More flashes came: blue, green, orange. He jumped. He rolled. He kept going. His legs burned. His lungs screamed. But he remembered something. He remembered how many people on Earth needed him. He kept running. The creature floated after him, firing faster. Adam dropped and slid under a beam. He leapt over a crack. His foot almost slipped, but he caught the edge. One more step. One more jump. He reached the other side. The creature vanished. Speed trial complete. The bridge disappeared, and he floated again. This time, when he landed, the chamber was dark. A single chair waited for him. He sat down. Another voice spoke. Not robotic. Not cold. Warm. Calm. You have passed 3 trials. The next will test your choice. Pain or sacrifice. A wall opened. Raka returned. She looked different now. Her armor was scratched. Her face showed worry. You are doing well, she said. But the next trial is not one of strength or speed. What is it? She walked closer. You must choose. You will face pain, or someone else will suffer in your place. Adam frowned. What do you mean? If you step forward, you will feel pain. But no one else will be hurt if you stay still. The pain will fall on someone far away, someone you know. Adam stood. Then I stepped forward. Raka looked surprised. You did not ask who. It doesn't matter, Adam said. If I can carry it, I will. The floor lit up. His body shook. He filled his chest. His muscles locked. He fell to his knees. It lasted 10 seconds. But it felt like fire. When it ended, he lay on the floor, breathing hard. Raka knelt beside him. You have passed the trial of sacrifice. The voice returned. Adam lay on the cold floor, breathing hard. His hands were shaking, and sweat ran down his back. The pain from the last trial still burned in his bones. But he had made the choice. He had taken the pain himself. He had saved someone else, maybe. A friend, maybe a stranger. That was enough. The soft robotic voice returned. Trial of sacrifice, complete. You may now rest. A beam of soft blue light washed over his body. The pain faded. His heartbeat slowed. His muscles stopped shaking. Adam sat up slowly and looked around. He was in a round silver room again. This one was peaceful. The walls showed quiet moving clouds. A bench rose from the floor behind him. A small bowl of clear water appeared. He drank. It was cool and sweet. As he rested, he thought of Earth again. The people, the oceans, the sound of trees. He hadn't seen Earth in 3 years. He had lived on Luna, always working. He missed it. He missed the noise, the smells, even the traffic. Now it all rested on him. He stood. The voice returned again. Next trial, communication. A leader must speak. A defender must listen. You will face the trial of voices. The room melted into light. When the light faded, Adam stood in a wide hall. The walls were made of glass. Inside the glass, thousands of alien faces floated. Each face had different colors, shapes, and eyes. Some looked kind, others looked angry. Some had no face at all. A long table stood in the center of the hall. On the table were 5 silver cubes. Across from Adam stood another figure. It was tall and thin. Its skin was dark blue. Its arms were long, and its face had no mouth, only 2 bright green eyes. It looked at Adam and nodded. A voice filled the air. You will speak. The other will speak. You must understand each other. No translator. No help if you fail. The trial ends. Adam frowned. How can I talk to him if we don't speak the same language? The voice answered, find a way. Words are not always needed. Minds are more than voices. The alien stepped forward. It picked up 1 cube. It held it in its hand, then placed it down gently. It pointed at itself, then touched its head. Then it pointed at the cube again. Adam watched carefully. The alien repeated the motion. Then it pushed the cube toward Adam. Adam picked it up. It felt warm. He smiled. I understand, he said. This means thinking or learning. The alien touched its own chest, then touched Adam's chest. Then it opened its hand. Adam opened his hand too. They both nodded. The voice returned, correct. First message complete. For cubes remained. The alien took the second cube and tapped it twice. Then it pointed at Adam. Then itself. Then it raised both arms and spread its fingers wide, as if drawing a circle in the air. Adam blinked. This is connection, maybe. Peace. He took the cube and held it to his chest. Then he offered it to the alien again. The alien gave a small bow. Second message complete. They continued like this. Each cube was a puzzle. One was about fear. One was about unity. The last was about trust. Adam didn't always guess right the first time, but he watched the alien's eyes, its hands, its silence. He listened not just with ears, but with his heart. At the end, all 5 cubes glowed softly. Trial of voices complete. The alien reached out its hand. Adam shook it. The alien gave a slow nod, then vanished into a silver door. The floating faces inside the glass walls blinked, then slowly disappeared one by one. Adam was lifted by light again. When he landed, he stood once more on the platform in the sky, the same one where he had first met Raka. But this time, he wasn't alone. Raka stood across from him. Her armor was darker now. Her horn had a small crack. Near the edge, her face looked tired, but her eyes still glowed. You have done what many others could not, she said. You passed the trials with both strength and wisdom. Adam nodded. I didn't think I could. No one does, she said. That's why the trials work. They do not choose the proud. They choose the willing. A quiet sound passed through the air. The floating screens lit up again. Thousands of alien faces looked down. Then the deep voice returned. 6 trials complete. 1 trial remains. Final test. Choice. Adam looked around. What choice? The floor lit up. 2 doors appeared behind Raka. One door glowed white. The other glowed red. One door leads to the core of the ship, the voice said. From there, you may end the trials forever. Free Earth. Free all other chosen worlds. Adam's eyes widened. The other door, the voice continued, leads to your return. You may go home now. Rest. Be a hero. Live in peace. But the trials will continue. For others, Raka said nothing. She only watched him. The voice said once more, choose. Self or all. Adam felt heavy. He could already feel the weight of the world pressing on his back. He had suffered enough. He had bled. He had burned. Maybe he had earned his rest. But then he thought of something. When he punched Raka in the first trial, he had done it to protect Earth. Now, there were other Earths, other worlds, other people waiting. Afraid, alone. He could walk away, or he could stop the cycle. Adam took one slow step forward. He looked at Raka. Will I survive the core? He asked. No. One knows, she said. But you have made it this far. He nodded. He walked past her and chose the white door. Adam stepped through the white door. There was no sound, no flash of light. One moment he was on the arena floor, and the next, he stood in a narrow hallway filled with white mist. The air was cold. The walls were smooth, glowing a little with soft light. The floor felt strange under his feet, like metal, but warmer, almost alive. He took one step forward. Then another. His footsteps made no sound. The mist curled around him like breath. He couldn't see more than 10 steps ahead. There was no sign, no voice, no screen, just silence. He remembered what the voice had said. This path leads to the core. You may end the trials forever. But it had not promised safety. After walking for several minutes, Adam saw something ahead. It looked like a sphere, made of glass, floating in the center of the hallway. Inside the glass, something shimmered like blue fire caught in a bubble. He stepped closer. As he did, the air changed. He felt heat in his chest. His heart began to race. His hands turned cold. His head began to feel heavy, like someone was pushing down on it. Then, a soft voice echoed in the mist, not the deep voice from before. A different voice. Familiar. His own. Why are you here? It asked. Adam stopped. The mist around him grew darker. The glass sphere floated higher. Now he could see himself reflected in it. Tired eyes, bruised face, messy hair. You could have gone home, the voice said again. Why didn't you? Adam took a breath. Because someone has to stop this. Someone else could have done it. The voice replied, "You're just one man. You're not a hero. You're not special." Adam didn't move. Then he whispered, "I know, but I care." The mist swirled. The voice changed. Now it sounded like his mother. "You always run toward trouble, Adam." It said, "You never rest. Why must you carry everything alone?" He closed his eyes. "I'm not trying to be strong," he said. "I'm just trying to do what's right." The sphere floated down. The glass vanished. Inside, the blue fire rose higher. It twisted and moved like a wave. Then it spoke, not with a voice, with feeling. Suddenly, Adam knew what it was. It was the trial core, and it was alive. Not like a person, not like a machine. It was something in between, something very old. He felt a pressure in his mind, thoughts that were not his own. Images flashed before his eyes, fast, sharp, full of pain. He saw other planets, other humans, other species, all placed in the same trials: strength, mind, sacrifice. He saw warriors winning and losing. He saw people crying, shouting, fighting. Some gave up, some passed, but all of them were tested. Why? Adam tried to step closer. The blue fire inside the core pulsed. A wall of energy pushed him back. He stepped forward again. "Why do you test us?" he asked aloud. The core answered with a pulse of thought. "To measure, to sort, to decide." Decide what? Which worlds survive, which serve, which fall. Adam's fist clenched. "So you think you get to choose? You think you're above us?" No answer. Just light. Then came another image. He saw the first time the core had awakened. It had once been made by a race long gone, a peaceful race. They wanted to protect life. But after many years, the system had changed. Now, the core didn't protect. It judged. And no one had ever reached it before. Adam stepped closer. The energy pushed him again. His skin burned. His legs shook. But he didn't stop. "I'm not here to beg," he said. "I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to shut you down. You are not strong enough." The core replied in his mind. "Maybe not," Adam said. "But maybe strength isn't the point." He reached for the core. A blast of heat threw him backward. He hit the floor hard. His vision blurred. Still, he stood up again. "This is what makes humans different," he said. "We don't stop. We don't run. Even when we're weak, we try." The core pulsed again. "Why suffer for others?" Adam laughed, though it hurt, "because I'm human." He walked again. One step, 2 steps. His arms felt heavy. His skin burned. But he kept walking. Then, the core's light changed. It dimmed, just for a second, like it was thinking. Adam reached the center. He placed his hand into the fire. Pain exploded through his arm. His mind shook. It felt like falling through stars. But he didn't pull back. He held on. The fire wrapped around his hand. His body froze. Everything went silent. Then, the core spoke clearly. "This system is broken. You are the first to reach me, the first to question, the first to endure, not for glory, but for others." Adam's voice cracked. "Then stop it. No more trials. No more pain. Let people choose their own path." The fire grew brighter. Then it faded. The hallway darkened. The core melted into light. Adam fell to his knees. Then the deep voice returned, but softer now. "The trials have ended. Earth is free. All chosen worlds are released. The chain is broken." A beam of light lifted Adam again. This time, it was warm. When he opened his eyes, he was back on the platform in the sky. Raka was there. Looking up. So were others. Dozens of aliens, humans, children, old ones, all free. The floating screen showed nothing, only stars. Raka stepped forward. "You reached the core," she said. Adam nodded, barely standing. She placed her hand on his shoulder. "Then the war is over." Adam stood on the platform, weak but still alive. The sky above was wide and full of stars. The glowing screens had all turned off. The ship that once judged entire worlds had gone silent. The trials were over. The system that tested, punished, and destroyed had been shut down by him. But Adam didn't feel like a hero. His hands still ached from touching the fire of the core. His legs shook. His face was pale. He had nothing left to give, and yet people were gathering. They came from silver doors and long bridges. Aliens of all kinds, tall ones with glowing eyes, small ones with shining shells. Humans from other parts of the ship, some from Earth, some not. All had been prisoners. All had faced the trials at some point. Now they were free. Raka stood beside him, calm as always. She looked at Adam with something rare in her eyes, something even stronger than respect. Pride. You did something no one else has done, she said. Adam gave a weak smile. I didn't plan to. That is why it worked, she said. The core was made to test power, but it listened to your heart. He sat down on the stone floor, legs too tired to stand. Did I really stop it? He asked. Is it truly over? Raka looked up at the sky. The voice is gone. The screens are dark. There is no next trial. The system has ended. It listened to your choice. Adam closed his eyes for a moment. His heart beat slowly now, calm, but full. He thought of Earth. Had they seen it? Did they know what happened? Would anyone believe that a quiet repair worker ended a system that ruled galaxies? He didn't know. He didn't care. I just want to go home, he said softly. Raka nodded. You will. Behind them, a wide gate opened. A long silver bridge stretched toward a bright blue light. That way, he asked. Yes, Raka said. That path leads back to your world, back to Earth. You have earned it. Adam looked at her. What about you? She looked at the ground for a moment. My world was taken long ago. I passed the trials and became a champion. I had no choice, but now the chains are gone. I am free to. Then come with me, Adam said. She shook her head. My place is not on Earth. I must help others find their way now. Just as you did. Adam stood again, slowly. Every step hurt, but he moved. He walked toward the bridge. Others followed. Some walked behind him in silence. Some watched with wide eyes. Many whispered in their own languages. Raka followed, but only to the edge. As Adam stepped into the light, she called out, Adam Kane. You never trained to be a fighter. You never wanted war. But you fought anyway, not with hate, but with honor. He turned to look at her. You were my first trial, he said. She smiled, a rare soft smile. And you were the first human who hit me and made me proud. The light grew bright. The bridge began to fade. Adam gave a short nod, and then he was gone. Adam woke up on Luna Station. He lay in the medical bay, under a warm light. Machines hummed softly. A screen above his bed showed Earth, big and blue, outside the window. Dr. Moreau stood at his side. You're awake, she said with a surprised voice. We lost your signal 6 days ago. You just reappeared outside the station. Lying on the dock, Adam sat up slowly. What happened while I was gone? Moreau looked confused. What do you mean? There was no attack. The giant ship in the sky disappeared. The countdown stopped. The world just went back to normal. Adam stared out the window. No news. No fire. No war. Just peace. That was good. Maybe. The trials had ended quietly. Maybe people didn't need to know everything. Maybe what mattered was that no more would suffer. He stood up. I'm fine, he said. Just tired. Moreau checked the scans. Your body's been through something strange. Energy patterns I've never seen. But you're stable. He walked out of the medbay and headed to his room. On his way, crew members stopped and looked at him. Some nodded. Some smiled. Some just stared. Maybe they knew. Or maybe they had just heard whispers. But no one asked him questions. He was glad for that. Inside his room, he sat on his bed and looked around. Same old walls. Same quiet hum. Same stars outside the glass. But he had changed. He picked up a small photo from the shelf. It was his niece. She had drawn him as a space hero with a smile and a helmet made of stars. She'd given it to him 2 years ago, saying, Uncle A, save the galaxy one day. He had laughed back then. Now he smiled. Looks like I did, he whispered. He placed the picture down, then sat quietly. Outside, Earth turned slowly in space, a world saved. without a single army. By a man who never wanted to fight. Days passed, then weeks. Adam Kane became known all over Earth. People called him the man who faced the trial. Some called him Earth's shield. But Adam didn't think of himself as a hero. He went back to his small apartment. He watered his plants. He watched the sun rise every morning. But his heart was not the same. He kept thinking about the trial, about Raka, about the words she said before leaving. The trial moves from one place to another. What about the next planet? What if others didn't get the same chance? One morning, he received a call from the Global Science Council. They invited him to a secure meeting in the new United Earth base. He arrived the next day. Inside a large underground room, screens showed strange symbols. Scientists spoke in soft voices. Generals stood in silence. The lead scientist, Dr. Juno, walked over to Adam. "We picked up a signal," she said. "From space?" "No, from the moon." Adam frowned. "The moon?" She nodded. "There's something buried deep inside. It started sending pulses 2 nights ago. Very slow, very faint, but it's there, and we think it's connected." Adam stared at the screen. A circle appeared with a line through it. Then another symbol, one he remembered clearly. It was the same as the Council's trial seal. "Raka's people. What do you think it means?" Adam asked. Dr. Juno said, "We don't know, but we believe it's a message, not a warning. More like a guide." Adam stepped closer to the screen. His chest tightened. "Can we reach it?" "We're already sending a team," she said, "but we want you to lead it." Adam turned slowly. "Me?" She gave a small smile. "You've met them. You passed their test. You're the only one who truly understands what we're walking into." Adam didn't answer right away. Then he nodded. The next day, he boarded the shuttle Pathfinder, along with 4 others, to scientists, 1 pilot, and 1 guard. All were trained. All had read every report about the trial. The ship flew smooth. No problems. The landing on the moon was quiet, but as soon as their boots touched the dust, Adam felt something strange, a hum deep in the ground, like a heartbeat. But slower. They followed the signal to a canyon near the far side of the moon. There, under rock and dust, they found a door, a tall, black arch with silver edges. A symbol sat at the top. It was the trial seal. The guard stepped forward, but the door did not open. Adam walked closer. He raised his hand. The seal glowed faint blue. The door opened. Inside was a wide hallway made of smooth black stone. Lights glowed softly. There was no sound, no danger. Just silence and the feeling of being watched, but not in a bad way. It felt like standing inside a memory. They moved deeper inside. Then, in a large circular room, they found it. A crystal sphere floated in the air. Round it, lines of light moved slowly. It was not technology humans could build. It felt ancient, alive. One of the scientists whispered, "It's beautiful." The sphere pulsed once, then again. Then a voice filled the room. Not loud, not harsh, just clear and direct. "This is not the end." The team froze. The voice continued, "Earth has passed the trial, but it is only 1 star among many. You must choose now. Wait or prepare." Adam stepped forward. "Prepare for what?" The voice replied. "For the next test, but not for Earth. For others. Worlds weaker than yours. Worlds not ready. They will fall if no one stands for them." The guard whispered, "It's calling us to fight." "No," Adam said. "Not fight. To help." The voice pulsed again. "You know our ways. You passed our trials. You carry the mark of endurance. You may lead others through the fire. You may build what we never could." "What is that?" one of the scientists asked. "A circle of protectors. A network of hope. A shield across the stars. Built not by force, but by choice." Adam closed his eyes. He remembered the pain, the cold, the heavy strike of Raka's fist, the moment he stood back up when he wanted to fall. He opened his eyes. "I accept," he said. The sphere pulsed one last time. "Then your path begins now. Others will come. You must be ready." The sphere dimmed. The room fell quiet. Back on Earth, news spread fast. The moon held not just a trial but a calling, and Adam Kane had answered. Weeks passed, then months. The circle began. Not a military group, not a secret force, but a small team of humans, engineers, thinkers, dreamers, and even former soldiers. They trained not to fight, but to guide. They built translation tools. They mapped stars where the trials were heading. And above Earth, a new station took shape, a bridge, a lighthouse. They called it Hope Spire. Adam Kane stood on the viewing deck one night. Below him, Earth turned slowly. Above him, stars filled the dark sky. He held a message pad in his hand. On it, a message from Raka. We see what you build. The council watches, not to judge, but to learn. You teach what we forgot. The circle grows. We may yet meet again. Adam smiled. This time, he wasn't alone. He had a team. He had a mission. And above all, he had hope. The space station Hope Spire floated above Earth like a quiet watcher. It was not built for war. It had no weapons, but its walls held knowledge, plans, and brave people from all nations. It had one purpose: to guide others who might face the trial next. Inside the command room, Adam Kane stood by a large window. His eyes looked at the stars. So many stars, so many worlds still silent, some safe, some maybe in danger. He heard footsteps. Juno, the lead scientist, walked in holding a small tablet. Her face was calm but serious. We received another signal, she said. Adam turned. Another trial? She nodded. But not near. Very far. Past Sector 9, a planet called Riga. Adam looked at the map. Are they like us? Juno shook her head. They're smaller, slower, peaceful. Their cities float in the air. Their people do not know machines like ours. Will they pass the trial? No, not if they face it alone. Adam took a deep breath. Then we go. He left the room and walked through the quiet halls. People saluted him. Some smiled. Some just watched. Adam didn't feel like a hero. He only felt like someone doing what was right. The ship Beacon 1 launched the next morning. It was the first Circle mission beyond the system. Adam led the small crew, one medic, two guides, and a translator robot named Mello. The journey took 4 days in light space. On the 5th day, they saw Riga. It was beautiful. Blue skies, golden clouds, floating cities shaped like flowers. Everything looked calm. But then the signs came. The sky above one city turned black. A trial gate opened, the same as Earth once saw. A voice echoed across the air. Deep, cold, the same as before. This world shall be tested. People screamed. Many ran. Some fell to the ground in fear. They didn't understand what was happening. Adam and his team moved fast. They landed outside the main city, waving a white flag. The people stared at them. Then, from behind the crowd, a tall elder came forward. Her name was Sira. Her hair was silver. Her skin glowed with gentle light. Are you the ones from the sky? She asked softly. Adam bowed his head. We came to help. You are not from this world, no, but we faced the same trial. We survived. We can guide you. Sira looked at him for a long time, then nodded. You may speak to the Circle of Wisdom. The city's leaders gathered inside a large hall made of soft stone and floating lights. They listened carefully as Adam explained everything: the trial, the council, the test of strength, and the meaning of endurance. We are not fighters, one leader said. We have never hit anyone. I was like you, Adam said. I never wanted to fight, but I had to stand, not with hate, with heart. The hall went quiet. Then Sira asked, and if we fall? Adam looked around. Then you rise again. That's the real test. Outside, the black sky swirled. A figure stepped through the gate. It was tall, bigger than any person. Its armor shined like iron. Its voice shook the air. Who stands for this world? Sira looked at Adam. He stepped forward. I do. The being paused. You are not of this world. I stand with them. By choice. That is enough. A second figure came through. It was Raka. Her armor was the same. Her voice firm. I remember you, human. Adam smiled. Good to see you again. This is not your test. I know. But I won't let another world fall. Raka turned to the council fighter. Let the humans speak. The first being nodded. Adam looked at Sira. You don't need to hit hard. You just need to get back up. No matter what. Sira stepped forward. Her hands shook, but she held her head high. I will try. Raka stepped forward. The trial began. The first strike came like thunder. Sira fell. But then she rose. Another strike. She fell again. Then rose again. The crowd watched in silence each time she stood. Her light grew brighter. Adam watched with pride. It wasn't about power. It was about will. After the fifth fall, Sira stood once more. Her voice soft but clear. I'm still here. Raka paused. She lowered her hand. The sky above them turned blue again. The trial gate closed. The people of Riga cheered. Adam walked to Sira and helped her stand tall. You did it, he said. No. She smiled. We did. Back on Hope's Spire, news of Riga's survival spread fast. Other worlds began to listen. Messages came in. Some feared the trial. Some wanted to learn. The circle grew, from 10 people to 50. From 50 to hundreds. Adam stood at the bridge one night. Raka appeared on the screen. You teach them well, she said. I only showed them what was already inside. She looked at him. One day, your kind may join the council. Maybe, Adam said. But for now, we'll just keep building. Raka nodded once. The stars are safer with humans in them. The screen faded. Adam looked at the stars once more. Not with fear, but with hope. Because now, he wasn't just a man who stood up. He was the first flame in a fire that would never stop. Fire that said, we do not fall, we rise.